It is week number 10. Hello and welcome to another episode of Tossin the Pigskin. I'm your host, Nate Smith. Last week, woo-wee, not great. We've reached rock bottom, folks. Went 0-5. Defeated on the picks last week. Let's quickly recap those, and then we're just going to move on. As I mentioned, 0-5, atrocious. Drops my season record down to 17-26-2 on the year. Yeesh. Niners, -7. Had a chance. They were up double digits a lot of the game, but ended up being an L. Vikings, -3.5. Nope. Chiefs won the game straight up, actually. Colts, -1. Probably should have hit. Vinatieri shanks a possible game winner with about a minute to go. Packers-Chargers over was doomed from the start. Packers didn't show up to play in that game. Patriots -3, a big L. Ravens smashed them on Sunday Night Football. So that's it. We're out of that. Clean slate. We're going to dust our hands off. Let's get into week number 10. Pick number 1. Thursday Night Football. I'm fired up. Johnny Gruden fires me up. Let's get to it. Chargers versus the Raiders. Give me the Raiders money line at +114. Raiders are a pretty good football team. Their last 5 games, a win at Indy, a win versus Bears in London, they were blown out at Green Bay, a narrow loss at the Texans, and a win versus Detroit. So 3-2, could have been 4-1 if they would have played a little better in that Texans game. Chargers, over the last 2 games, had a 1-point win at Chicago and a weird 26-11 win over the Packers last week. For Oakland, starting offensive linemen Rodney Hudson and Trent Brown are both questionable for this game, potentially game time decisions, so hopefully they can play. But if not, I still believe Gruden will have a nice offensive scheme ready to go. Raiders, number 2 in the league right now in red zone conversion percentage, and number 3 in yards per play. This offense is starting to hum. Derek Carr is really playing well under Gruden. Chargers can't run the ball. Raiders actually stop the run well. And the Raiders on offense have been running the ball very well. Chargers will be able to throw it a little bit in this one, but I think the Raiders D plays good enough at home to get a win here. I think the Raiders are the better team. Give me the Raiders at home on Thursday Night Football. Let's go to pick number 2. Bills +3 at the Browns. This line's a little funky. Bills are just better. They're just better. The Browns are 2-6 overall. What? All this talent, all this preseason hype. What? Baker who? Nah. 1-5 against the spread the Browns are in the last 6 games. This Cleveland offense has struggled. This Bills defense is legit. This Buffalo D is number 3 in points allowed per game and yards per play. They're tremendous defending the pass. Cleveland has not thrown the ball very well lately. Baker obviously has been struggling. There's been concerns getting OBJ the ball. Freddie Kitchens just looks lost as a head coach. Absolutely no faith in this Cleveland offense whatsoever. And the Bills are just a solidly built football team, not many holes. They're not flashy, but they're not going to beat themselves. And in this environment, in Cleveland, Baker seems to be a mess. The whole organization kind of got some smoke around it. Give me the Bills, who have quietly been playing some good football here. Let's go Billies. Pick number 3. Give me the Panthers +6 at the Packers. This is just too many points. This Panthers team is good. Now, the Packers are good too, but I believe their 7-2 record is a bit misleading. This Green Bay defense is problematic in my opinion. 26th in opponent yards per game, 25th in opponent yards per play, and over the last few weeks they have really struggled. Panthers run the ball really well. Christian McCaffrey, a.k.a. CMC, is on an MVP-type level right now. My dude is just balling out. And the Packers cannot stop the run, so seems to be problematic for Green Bay once again. Obviously, the Packers can throw the ball. Rodgers is, if not, the best quarterback in the game. Carolina defense is 3rd in interception percentage and 2nd in sack percentage. One of the better front sevens we have in the league right now. And this Packers O-line just got whipped by the Chargers D-line last week. I think we might see a little bit of similarities here. I think this Panthers front 7 is going to get after them. And I just, again, too many points. Panthers, I believe, have a chance to straight up win this game, and I get them at +6, please and thank you. Pick number 4. I think the Rams start to get on a roll here. I think it starts this week. Give me the Rams -3 versus the Steelers. I bought down half a point. It's at 3.5 in most places. I brought it down to -3 just to give myself a little leeway. But I think they cover both lines, to be honest. This little magical run that Pittsburgh has been on, I believe, ends on Sunday. Mason Rudolph is just bad, folks. Not a good quarterback. He's checking the ball down. Their offense has been borderline inept with him at the helm. I got to give credit to this Pittsburgh coaching staff, though, for keeping this team afloat without Big Ben, because Rudolph's talent alone certainly isn't doing the job. Steelers have somehow won 4 out of 5. Should have lost last week. We already talked about that. Vinatieri shanking one at the buzzer. Rams defense has been better lately. Last 2 games against bad offenses, they only let up 10 points apiece to the Falcons and the Bengals. Right now, this Pittsburgh offense is not much better than either of those two, so I'm looking for a similar performance out of the Rammies. Also, Los Angeles, still one of the better offenses in the league. I know Jared Goff hasn't had his best season, but, I mean, this offense can still hum. Still got to believe in McVay as a play caller and a schemer. They're 5th in the league in passing yards per game. I think the Rams handle some business here. Give me the Rams, -3. Our final pick is going to be on Sunday Night Football, Vikings versus the Cowboys. Give me my boys, -3. I am a Cowboys fan, for those that know me. But this, I removed all bias from. I truly did. I believe the Cowboys are a better team than the Vikings. And the Cowboys are a weird team that will bite you occasionally when you bet on them. And sometimes you take the other side and they come out and play a great game. They are historically inconsistent in big spots. I will agree with that. But I like this spot. I think the Vikings are overrated. A lot of people are picking the Vikings. Vikings have won 4 out of 5 games, but their offensive numbers got inflated during that stretch against bad defenses. They scored 38 on the Eagles and 42 on the Lions, but they lost 26-23 at Kansas City last week without Patrick Mahomes. Thielen is probably out for this game again. This Dallas defense has really been starting to turn it on. They're number 2 in opponent third down conversion rate. And this Dallas offense has quietly, well, not really quietly, if you've been watching the Cowboys, they've been balling out. Number 1 in yards per play and third down conversion rate. Minnesota does have a talented defense, but Dallas's offensive scheme, play calling in most games, and just overall execution as far as scoring points has been quality most of the year, aside from a few games. My one concern is that the Cowboys would come with sometimes against these big games, they come with a conservative play calling approach. I need them to leave that at the door. I need them to call the game aggressively. I need Kellen Moore to be in full control of this offense. Hopefully Jason Garrett doesn't get his dirty little paw prints and get all conservative on this offensive game plan. Also, the only team with a winning record, this stat is crazy. The only team with a winning record that Kirk Cousins has beat this year is the Eagles. And they're 5-4. They've been up and down all year long. Dallas is the better team. Dallas plays well at home. I just think the Cowboys come out and make a statement. They finally put together a full game. I've seen flashes of brilliance from Dallas this year. The talent is all over the roster. Defense is hitting its stride. Kirk Cousins is historically bad in big games and against good teams. Give me the Cowboys, -3. That'll do it for the Week 10 episode of Tossin the Pigskin. As always, thanks for watching, and we're going to try to not go 0-5 this week. Hopefully, we can do that.